At 30, I could probably average 60 or 70. Yeah, and I mean, I'm saying that, I'm saying that politely. I'm not trying to just, I'm not trying to dismantle your belief on how great the athlete of today is, but the game would best suit me. Believe me, would best suit me.
This is Wilt Chamberlain, a towering legend who revolutionized basketball with his unmatched skill, dominance, and record-breaking performances. Two-time NBA champion, four-time MVP, and the only player to ever score 100 points in a single game. Wilt wasn't just a star, he was an unstoppable force. But what truly stands out about this larger-than-life figure is his deep respect and admiration for players who inspired him to reach even higher. Let's dive into 6 of Wilt Chamberlain's favorite basketball players and what made each relationship so extraordinary. Gail Goodrich, the silent scorer. Wilt often referred to Gail Goodrich as one of the sneakiest scorers in the game, and it's easy to see why. During their time together on the Los Angeles Lakers in the early 1970s, Goodrich's ability to quietly dominate on offense left Wilt in awe. Chamberlain admired how easy Gail could score when opposing defenses least expected it. He didn't need to dunk or blow past defenders like some players. He'd just shoot and boom, it was in, Wilt once joked during interviews. Goodrich was all about precision and outsmarting his opponents. Nicknamed Stumpy for his smaller size compared to other players, Goodrich relied on his sharp basketball IQ and quick footwork to find opportunities on the court. Wilt often praised Gail's quick release and incredible shooting accuracy, saying, if Gail got even a sliver of space, there was no stopping him. He had the fastest hands I'd ever seen. Chamberlain also admired Goodrich's composure in pressure situations, noting he didn't get rattled. He had ice in his veins when we needed him to come through. But Goodrich wasn't just a scorer. He was a critical piece in the Lakers' offense, creating flow and balance among the team's stars. Wilt was especially impressed by Gail's ability to contribute without drawing attention to himself, a trait he deeply respected. Gail didn't pound his chest or demand the spotlight. He just showed up and did his job better than almost anyone else, Wilt remarked. Off the court, his humble personality and work ethic resonated with Chamberlain. Wilt described him as the teammate who quietly pushed everyone forward, proving that greatness didn't need to be loud. For Chamberlain, Gail Goodrich was a reminder that dominance could exist in the shadows and still thrive.
Chamberlain was the same way. I mean, he believed in, no fooling around, just, no casual, you work hard and you play hard.
Elgin Baylor, the offensive genius. Baylor brought an entirely unique flavor to the game. Known for his acrobatic drives, mid-air adjustments, and impossible finishes around defenders, Elgin had a way of dazzling both fans and opponents alike. Wilt was left in awe whenever he faced Baylor or shared the court with him as his teammate on the Lakers. He once said in awe, Elgin's moves were like poetry, yet impossible to predict. Behind Baylor's elegance was a calculated genius that made him unstoppable. Wilt often mentioned Elgin's impressive ability to read defenses and turn the most difficult situations into golden scoring opportunities. He made defenders play on his strings, as if he were pulling the puppet strings. Always a step ahead of them, Wilt explained. Baylor's creativity made him legendary, with Chamberlain often recalling how defenders looked helpless trying to keep up with him. Elgin probably forced more defenders into bad decisions than anyone else in the league, Wilt joked, adding, I've seen defenders need ice packs after chasing him all game. Playing as Baylor's teammate on the Lakers gave Wilt a chance to witness this brilliance up close. Chamberlain appreciated how Baylor's confidence and energy uplifted the entire team, saying, he wasn't just filling up the stat sheet. He was lifting us emotionally, showing everyone what was possible. The two shared mutual respect, recognizing how their contrasting styles, Wilt's raw power and Elgin's finesse, balanced the Lakers to make them a dangerous team. Despite being an undeniable superstar, Elgin remained grounded, focused on the work rather than the fame. Wilt would often refer to him as an artist who didn't care about the applause, just the masterpiece on the hardwood. He was an innovator and a standard for excellence that every player admired. Hal Greer, the quiet killer. He was the definition of a silent warrior, a player whose greatness snuck up on opponents and left them stunned game after game. Wilt didn't just admire Greer, he looked at him with deep respect, calling him the most underrated legend of basketball. How could someone so quiet command such reverence? It all came down to Greer's relentless work ethic and his ability to dominate the floor without making a scene. Chamberlain often joked, Hal didn't have to make noise. He let his shots do all the talking. When they teamed up on the Philadelphia 76ers, Wilt quickly realized just how critical Greer was to the team's success. His smooth, mid-range jumpers were lethal, precision weapons that allowed him to score with ease and consistency. Greer didn't need the flashy dunks or highlight plays to leave his mark. Wilt openly at his scoring ability, saying, "You never worried about Hal. He was a stone-cold lock to deliver every game." That reliability turned out to be exactly what Wilt and the 76ers needed to win it all, securing the NBA championship in 1967. Of that season, Chamberlain described it as one of my proudest years because we worked as a team, and Hal was the heart of it. But Hal wasn't just impressive on the court. Off the court, his humility stood out. He carried himself like a true professional. Chamberlain admired Greer's discipline, calling it quiet confidence that could inspire anyone. He had no ego. He just showed up, did his job, and left opponents scratching their heads. Hal's low-key style balanced Wilt's commanding presence on the hardwood. Bill Russell, the eternal rival. No rivalry in basketball history ever felt as epic as the one between Wilt and Bill Russell. Chamberlain once said, "Bill made basketball personal," highlighting the intensity of their iconic battles. These weren't just games. They were wars of strategy and skill between two titans. Russell wasn't just a defender. He was the ultimate wall. Wilt admired Russell's ability to shut down opponents, calling him smart, physical, and strategic. While Russell didn't have Wilt's scoring prowess, his defensive IQ was unmatched. Bill didn't just rely on his size. He could see plays before they happened. That was next-level genius, Chamberlain explained. Over 142 regular season games and countless playoff series, Russell challenged Wilt like no one else could. Their matchups weren't just about winning. They were about legacy. For Wilt, Russell's focus on winning championships, rather than personal stats, always stood out. Bill cared about the title, about the team. Everything else was second, Wilt commented. Off the court, however, their story was surprising. Despite their fierce battles, Wilt and Russell forged a legendary friendship. Chamberlain often spoke about their camaraderie with great fondness. "It's easier to beat Bill off the court. He's too nice," Wilt joked during interviews, hinting at Russell's kindness. Their mutual respect extended beyond basketball. Whether sharing meals or exchanging stories, Wilt appreciated Russell not only as his rival, but also as a man of immense character. Their rivalry pushed Wilt to become better and more focused. "Bill was my motivator," Wilt admitted. "He kept me hungry." For Wilt, Russell was the benchmark against which he measured himself throughout his legendary career. Their clashes on the hardwood didn't just define an era. They defined the greatness of two men who played to win, but learned to respect the battle as much as the result. Oscar Robertson, the triple-double pioneer. Once you unpack the brilliance of Robertson's game, it's easy to see why Chamberlain held him in such high regard. This was Wilt acknowledging a peer who had revolutionized the way basketball could be played. Oscar Robertson didn't just shine in one department. Scoring, check. Passing, unmatched. Rebounding. Yep, he had that too. He admired Robertson's ability to combine all of these elements into a single unstoppable player, famously saying Oscar didn't play the game, he dissected it. Oscar's greatest claim to fame is becoming the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double over an entire season. Think about that for a second, averaging double digits in points, assists, and rebounds for 82 games straight. Robertson was a walking blueprint for versatility and basketball IQ. Wilt often said Robertson seemed like he was flying 2 steps ahead of everyone. Whether it was finding open teammates or positioning himself for rebounds, Oscar's vision and awareness were second to none. But Wilt admired more than Oscar's stats. He admired his leadership. He frequently shared that Robertson wasn't just playing for numbers. He was elevating everyone on the court. Oscar wasn't stats-focused. Even though his stats were insane, he genuinely made everyone around him better, Wilt once remarked. Facing Robertson wasn't just a challenge in terms of skill, it was a mental game. For Wilt, playing against Oscar meant staying sharp and focused every single second, knowing that the Big O could capitalize on the smallest mistake. Ultimately, Chamberlain credited Robertson for making him a better player and competitor. Their battles on the hardwood were not just epic showdowns. They were chess matches played by two basketball geniuses. And through those matchups, Wilt saw Oscar not just as an opponent, but as an icon who redefined the potential of a basketball player. That's the legacy of Oscar Robertson, a pioneer who made the impossible look routine and earned the respect of Wilt Chamberlain, one of the greatest legends the game has ever seen. Jerry West, the clutch machine. Wilt often spoke highly of Jerry West, calling him Mr. Clutch. Their time together on the Los Angeles Lakers wasn't just about teamwork. It was about witnessing greatness up close. West's ability to shine under pressure left Wilt astonished. Time after time, when the game was on the line, Jerry stepped up. Wilt once said during an interview, Jerry knew how to calm a situation. In big moments, he delivered every time. His offensive skills were extraordinary, with a deadly jump shot that seemed almost automatic. But what impressed Wilt more was how West carried himself in the toughest moments. He was laser-focused. There wasn't an ounce of hesitation in his game, Wilt reflected. Whether it was hitting clutch shots or guiding the team through tightly contested games, West had a reputation for thriving when the stakes were highest. Their partnership proved historic, culminating in the Lakers' legendary run to the 1972 NBA championship, a moment Wilt often credited to Jerry's brilliance. But Chamberlain also admired West for more than his on-court talent. Jerry didn't try to take over the spotlight. He cared about winning above all, Wilt noted. His dedication to the team set him apart, showing the true mark of a professional. As a teammate and a leader, West was the perfect complement to Chamberlain's dominance. He created plays, mentored teammates, and worked non-stop for the team's success. Wilt respected how West always prioritized the collective good over individual glory. Wilt's connection to these six players, whether as teammates or rivals, showed that even a player as dominant as Chamberlain had immense respect for the brilliance of others. Each one pushed him, inspired him, and left their own lasting mark on Wilt's monumental career. Do you guys think these players could compete in the NBA today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. All right, that's all for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.